lay part of the blame on the emergence of algorithmic trading, which is a very big thing in the giant markets like New York and NASDAQ. The Canadians have also decided to hook up computer automated trading systems to the order book. They've got multiple order books which fragment the market. The trouble with the junior sector is that when you're not in production, you don't have revenues, you have no cash flow, you have no basis for independent consensus evaluation. So when these trading systems come in there, and they are all geared just towards trading, they're not interested in the fundamentals. There are no fundamentals that you can really point to as what this little junior with a target in the Yukon is all about. So when these traders enter the system with automated tradings and no reference to the potential fundamental outcome, you wreak havoc in the system. And the retail investor doesn't know what's going on. Stocks through the automated trading can be whipped down, they can be whipped up. And because the juniors are intrinsically fragile in terms of their valuation, they are being hurt systemically by this algorithmic trading that's been allowed to come into this system. And I don't think there's anything that can be done, but I do have a vision of how the problem can be solved. What's needed is an externalized valuation system where the public, even the algo traders themselves, can refer to and say, well, the market thinks that this company's project is potentially worth $1 billion if it is there. And of course, because the uncertainty might be still 90%, it should be traded at about maybe 5–10% of that value. So there is a structure whereby one can intelligently value companies that do not have traditional fundamentals such as cash flow, but right now there is no repository out there, and that can be created, and the wisdom of crowds can be harnessed to make their own visualizations. And once we have something like that, then we have some resiliency in the system. Instead of these juniors, as the promoter tries to get people to understand what the potential is and exists in the heads of a few individuals, and then the traders come in and mow down the stock and the investor, what's going on? It makes no sense. Now, instead of snapping off at the base like a little sapling that's trampled, now there'll be more like a reed in the wind, and people will say, okay, the valuation's gone way down, but we know the potential is this. So then fundamental-based traders can come back in and we can have equilibria prices established for these juniors, which are not yet producers. That, I think, is the only way to really deal with all these technology innovations, which right now have a completely overwhelming advantage and are wrecking the system. So there is hope that we can come out of this mess.